everybody, what's up? This is Phil from Zaid Comics, the writer and co-creator of Magic Cop, which we are launching in 1 week on Indiegogo and just one half of the best looking brothers in all of comics. And today we're talking about some awesome indie comics, but I want to tell you all about Magic Cop, which launches the 19th, this upcoming Monday of August 2019. And here's our pre-launch page. We'll be launching with a full page, full trailer. You get to see a bunch of interiors of the book and cool covers. But head on over here, read about the book. It's a mashup of Miami Vice and Halloween Town in its own crazy world where this new detective, Iggy Cromwell, he's a magic cop in the city investigating the murder of a mermaid prostitute. It's super fun, lots of 80s action. You know, hot cars, beach babes, and the only detective that has the spells to stop this crime is Magic Cop. So check that out, and we're going to look at a new campaign that just launched this week on Indiegogo from my boy Karl O'Rowe over in Ireland, DEATHSWORN. Now, he's put out DEATHSWORN, 2 floppy issues, single issues around 20 pages, right? But now he's adding a third and putting it into a full book. It's going to be like a trade, and it's 3 issues packed in there along with an ash can you can get your hands on, and we're going to talk about it today. Karl, I've been talking to him for a while as I've been doing Magic Cop, and Magic Cop caught his eye. He heard about it through Twitter, just the indie comic community, comics geek community, and he's a great guy. We send messages back and forth. He's given me some tips. He made an awesome trailer with DEATHSWORN, and I'm using the same program to make my trailer. And we're actually, him, myself, and Von Klaus of Monster MD have a musician, a synthwave musician that made tracks for our comic, kind of like theme songs. So you guys will be able to check that out Monday when we launch. But DEATHSWORN, it's an intergalactic space opera of crazy adrenaline, totally 80s. I mean, look at this cover. Karl was saying that it was inspired a lot by the filmmaking of John Carpenter. He's a big John Carpenter fan, and just the way he colors. Now, I want to talk about Karl. He's like 22. He writes this thing, draws it, colors it, letters it. He is working overtime. And, he has those 2 issues under his belt, so he's got a lot to show here as I scroll through. Basically, it's about DEATHSWORN. This guy, he goes by the name of DEATHSWORN. He's just a total badass. He totally uses his fists to talk, punching through everyone. And it seems that he has been scorned by these solar vampires. They're like the Empire in Star Wars. It seems like they just go from planet to planet, and they suck the energy out of the suns around their solar system until the sun goes out, and then they leave those planets to die. And these are some of the solar vampires. This is the prince here and some guards, and he's got that Misfits hair going on. And look at this. I don't know if this is a page, a splash page, or a pinup, but so cool. The spaceship. There's a Dark Emperor also. The prince's twin sister here, she meets up with DEATHSWORN, and it seems like they're making some sort of rebellion. And there's also a really cool pirate character by the name, I think, of Dominic Danger. He's this fellow right here, kind of like the buffoon of the book. He wants to be this heroic swashbuckler, but never seems to work out. The way he was talking about it on John Malin's Comics Gate Presents stream last night really hooked me into this. Now, I've been a big fan of seeing Karl post pictures about this and getting out here. It's already funded, within, I think, 24 hours. And just the way he was explaining things really hooked me into it, and I definitely got to pick it up because look at these colors. So cool. He kind of explained this scene here with DEATHSWORN kind of having this ego trip, seeing his future self, what he could be, kind of like the ghost of futures past. Really, really interesting. Just the way he explains his storytelling, it's on point. And, I'm jealous because this book looks beautiful. I wish I could draw and color my own stuff. being a writer and cartoonist like he is, it really gives your vision a form-fitting outlook into what your book is going to be. On top of this book, you get those 3 stories. I believe it's around 80 pages. It's going to be perfect bound, like what we're doing with Magic Cop. He's also putting out this First Hunt Ash Can. So this takes place right before the book starts off. He was explaining that DEATHSWORN in the first scene of the book is being read all of his crimes. He's been imprisoned, captured, and they're reading off all the badass things that he's done. And he said he really got that from Escape from New York with Snake Plissken, kind of a similar intro. But he wanted to include the Ash Can as being a type of deleted scene. It's going to be in black and white, and it's going to be total action. So DEATHSWORN just, kicking some ass as right before he gets captured and starts off the book. And I think it's going to be, accompany the book very well. So if I were you guys and this piqued your fancy, you could go and pick up the bundle that includes the book and the Ash Can. And if you really, really are digging this, he has a tier that includes these action figures that he had his friends sculpted for him. They cast, there's only 3 available and 2 are already taken, so I believe there's 1 left by the time when I'm making this video. And he's got some stretch goals where he's going to add some trading cards, stickers and trading cards. Everybody loves those. But we can look at the tiers and the pricing. The standard Indie Comics, Indiegogo, Comics Gate pricing is you get your book, a signed book for $25, and then his feature perk here, like I said, the comic Ash Can and a sketch card, $50. Now that sketch card is, it's like a little trading card that he draws a sketch on. It's got really, one of a kind sketch you're going to get with that. But yeah, I mean, the mind-blowing thing about this book, I think, is the colors. Like the way he uses these pastel whites, just making everything glow. Look at that axe. And it really, makes me feel good when someone at the caliber of Karl, when my comic is catching his eye. He's been pretty vocal about, popping off basically about Magic Cop on his streams. He does stream, so if you go over to, I believe it's Turbo Comics on YouTube, he does streams of him drawing, and he was doing some concept streams today. I was hanging out with him, chatting in his stream about that. He's just awesome world building coming out of Karl and DEATHSWORN. He's got his sketch cover bundle where you can get a blank cover where you can if you meet him or have your favorite artist do a sketch of DEATHSWORN. But this is super 80s rock and roll comic in a vast world. It's really piqued my interest. If you guys are digging it, check it out. Head on over to Indiegogo, type in DEATHSWORN. As you see, they're 179% funded, and we got 30 days to go. So this is just going to go up and up. Share this video out if you guys are digging it. Leave a comment below. What do you think of the art? What do you think of his colors? I want to know what you guys are thinking. And yeah, hit the like. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to try to do more videos showing off these indie comic books because these creators need our help. They need your guys' help. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, support them, because that's how they're going to grow as creators, grow as writers and artists, and their stuff's are going to get seen. Because when the movie industry is super saturated by the big 2, Marvel and DC, and they don't want, they're selling their properties at exorbitant amount of prices, their IPs to make movies. The big companies, big production studios are going to be like, oh, what's some indie comics that we could pluck from that we can get, for less than Marvel and DC, and we can make some good money on that. And these are the guys they're going to go for, because this is just a vast world that Karl has created, and I'm really digging it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you throughout the week with more videos. And remember, Monday the 19th, Magic Cop Monday. See you guys later.